50 pull-ups, but we hope Americans will take this challenge.
The Department of War claims that he's crushing it, but I'm seeing some skeptics out there.
When he's going, he's like on a tilt from the start, which makes me think maybe he's got some shoulder problems. Until he's struggling, he's doing like the hip thrusts at the beginning, and he's just going for like hitting it as many times as he can, but clearly, isn't caring about form, which I don't really know what that accomplishes. He starts to struggle. The spotter is not doing a good job. He's just like kind of watching him like, oh yeah.
He doesn't care, man. He says he's got the Secretary of Defense's life in his hands.
And Hegseth is like absolutely gassed at the end of this thing. And he's doing the leg kicks. That's somebody who's like, I need to show everyone that I can do as many as I can. And then he gets up like, oh, like, give me a Diet Coke.
Ladies and gentlemen, look who I found. I found my great friend Mel. Her link will be in the description. As you saw on the thumbnail, we are talking about this bull-jog segregation that Pete Hegseth is trying to put into the military, ladies and gentlemen. And that picture where he looked like he should have been in Good Charlotte or the New Kids on the Block, I can confirm and not deny, because we're fair and balanced on this show, Mel. That was not Pete Hegseth. Somebody was trolling him and had the world thinking that was Pete Hegseth. So whoever that guy is, I mean, dude had the best guy liner. His guy liner was better than JD Vance's guy liner.
Yeah, the makeup's on point. The game is sick.
I mean, dude, you look better than Michael Jackson and Prince combined. Whoever you were, enjoy your 15 minutes of fame. Folks, we've got a lot to cover, from Pete Hegseth to Argentina really hates black people. They have a new sandwich called the N-word burger after they just got their ass kicked by Spain. That's what you get. We've got that. Golly.
I need a Xanax. I can't do it. I need a
This world is nuts. We've also got some of Trump's appointed people going in front of Congress and Republicans just chastising them to hell because they're lying. They can't tell the truth. As Seeley from the Curl of Purple said, use a lie and the truth ain't in you. Folks, we got that and so much more. This show gets started right now.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that pull. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
That's right. You're in the building. All knowing, all loving, all feeling, all seeing, all powerful, all equitable, all teamwork, because I have Mel here today. All DEI, all lover of LGBTQ+, just damn all everything sexy as hell. It's me and my special guest, Mel. How are you doing tonight?
I am feeling rageful and in need of violent confrontation. And so I'm sublimating it with dance.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, when somebody has to woo-saw with dance, you about to get your ass kicked. I can just tell you that right now. There's about to be some serious ass kicking going on up in here.
Hold on.
And Mel, you might not have noticed this, but Mehdi Hassan hit me up the other day. And for all the audience out there, check this out.
Get the fuck
Mehdi Hassan is number 5 of the fastest growing political YouTube channels in the US. Look who's number 8 in front of Joe Rogan. Your boy Lamont Tyson.
Oh my God.
Number 8 fastest growing YouTube channel in the last quarter, right behind Mehdi Hassan. I owe it all to you great subscribers for coming in, letting me know who you like, letting me know who your small creators are that need a voice, because one of the creos of this channel is to share my audience, to boost progressive voices that are here fighting for democracy that might not be as big as me, to signal boost them, to help them grab an audience through using my audience, and to debunk all the stupid societal myths that have been put in place by Mighty Whitey to keep us all fighting each other and not grabbing the American dream. That's what this channel is all about. And Mel is someone who took pity on my little heart to come here and drop some of her great insight. And Mel,
Obviously.
I am just going to go ahead and jump on into it with you today. We're going to jump into Pete Hegseth. We're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and do it.
Let's do it, please. I'm so ready for this. Oh my God.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, me and Mel both have some background in working with people. I'm still technically a respiratory therapist. I just don't do it anymore. And I spent a lot of time in the personal training, fitness, bodybuilding industry as someone who never took drugs. So that picture behind there is me. That's me like 8 years ago doing my first kind of natural fitness competition, which I did win, coming from 300 pounds. Did I ever take a steroid? Nope. Did I ever take any felony classified drug to get that achievement? No, I didn't. And so this one pushes my buttons when I hear this man attempting to segregate the military, basically fill out women and give these buffoons steroids who don't need it in the first place. And it's not just coming from me and Mel. Mel, there are some professional doctors out there that said this is some bull jive.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for those medical angels.
We're going to play this clip, and then I'm going to give Mel the floor because, boy, she is chomping at the bits, and I can't wait to see how much she bites off. Take a look at this.
Ooh.
You might have seen this. Secretary Hegseth just announced a new initiative focused on testosterone testing across the U.S. military.
I'm authorizing a new screening program for testosterone deficiency for our service members, ensuring you have the right testosterone levels to operate at your absolute best.
I was a 14-year military doc, and here's what Real Medicine actually says about the topic. First, testosterone is not like your blood type. It changes hour by hour potentially. Bad night's sleep, intense training, and illness, stress, even eating too few calories can temporarily lower it. So a single blood test does not tell you very much. If doctors truly suspect testosterone deficiency, clinical guidelines recommend 2 separate early morning tests, and even then, only in men who exhibit symptoms, consistent symptoms, like say chronic fatigue. Second, there isn't one ideal testosterone number. Healthy men have a wide range of normal values. We do not diagnose low testosterone based on a lab result alone. We diagnose it when symptoms and carefully confirmed testing line up. Finally, more testosterone is not automatically better. Putting healthy men on testosterone that they do not need can suppress the body's own hormone production, impact fertility, and make it much more difficult to stop treatment, causing withdrawal symptoms like fatigue, depressed mood, and loss of strength if you're trying to actually stop therapy. If the goal is military readiness, focus on the things that we already know improve performance, like nutrition, fitness, mental health, and injury prevention, and of course, evidence-based medical care. That's how you build a stronger force, not with a headline, but with actual science.
Mel, that doctor just said a mouthful. And as I give the floor to you, the one thing I'll say when I rebuttal with her, he just basically shot down every fake ass bodybuilder that run around taking steroids, abusing it, telling you they're natural. They're not. They're con artists. And all the other con artists that are on social media that run around here and give you their physical insights and medical insights. They don't have a degree in nothing. They are con artists, people. Their degree probably came from St. Purdue University, the shit that Donald Trump created. And it's so frustrating for me to see Pete say that because he know who he's pandering to and he know who he's trying to segregate. Mel, you've been in this profession before. You've worked around all this type of thing. You are a lady. Tell us, what are you thinking?
Oh my God, so many violent thoughts. I am thinking that I'm tired of seeing childlike logical conclusions lead humongously, possibly devastating impact initiatives that would impact people in ways that it's mind-blowing. It's clear to me that Pete Hegseth is isolating testosterone a hormone, one of many, but he's still believing and buying into the whole, oh, this is the male hormone. That's not a thing. That's so old and outdated. And there's a slew of outdated and often racist and gender biased information that still infiltrates modern medical use and diagnostics and language. But this is a place where the medicine is clear and the science is clear. This should be performance based. One test, I'm not going to cover all the things the doctor said. Performance does not equate high testosterone.
Nope.
If it's so random to pick that, and by the way, I'm not only still a personal trainer, I have power lifted for a really long time. I am 45. I'm in perimenopause. I'm on testosterone cream as we speak and progesterone because things have to work together because it's complicated. And it is not like one equals the other. He could have looked at VO2 max. First of all, if we really need ready warriors, test them for how hard can you go for how long, and then what does it take you to recover? Done. So it's insulting, it's offensive, and there are real differences between the way different bodies, not just male and female bodies, handle different levels of testosterone, because there are many other hormones that go in concert with that. It's like an orchestra of hormones moving through the body and dictating what is healthy and balanced, not just one. It's literally juvenile. No doctor would support this. Oh, God only knows what that doctor is risking to speak out so publicly. I'm so grateful.
Me too. And what makes me upset about this whole thing, on top of him trying to segregate women out of it, is the pandering. This is just straight pandering to the weakest men amongst us, which is the MAGA male.
Yes.
And like I said, I've done fitness competitions where I've been in locker rooms with these weak ass men that for some reason they are injecting a felony level drug into their body.
Yeah.
And then want to tell everybody else how hard they work and want to tell you how hard to work when you're cheating. Then they want to also talk about basically lying about how they get their gains to get an audience and make money. And I can't stand that either.
Nope.
Because I've done it the hard way. And I can just tell you right now, not taking those drugs, and you're someone who wants to do this the natural way, you're not going to achieve these great gains in 3 months. You have to plan out 6 months. You've got to do real cardio. You got to get your ass out there, run on the fucking street. You got to get on that Stairmaster and get that VO2 max up, like Mel said. You've got to go get a Whoop. It's a little wristband so that you can measure all your critical data and see what you're doing. You don't recover as quick. You don't get all these benefits. But here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. As the doctor said, this thing can cause a whole lot of mental health, and it can cause early deaths, because most people that take it, they're not taking what the doctor recommends. They're abusing it. Okay.
Yeah.
And if we can't trust Pete Hegseth putting in a thing like this, how are we supposed to trust that they're going to be monitoring these soldiers properly to ensure that they're not getting into a bad headspace when the military itself puts you in a bad fucking headspace?
It's terrifying to know that this is the level of cognitive ability leading our military. It's disturbing. It's terrifying. It leaves me awake at night. Because I'm like, this is it? That's who I'm trusting my own national well-being to. It's embarrassing in the rest of the world, where the rest of the world continues to excel beyond us with sciences and medicine. And it's embarrassing to see this.
And Mel, think about how little tiny Iran is holding their own against the biggest superpower in the world. You know why? Because we've got the biggest depowered idiots running everything. Right.
If everything is so powerful, we're so powerful. Then fix it. Why is this happening?
Our government has spent about $1 trillion fighting Iran. Iran hadn't even spent $1 billion. They got damn drones that cost $2,000 they get from Toys R Us that's kicking the American military's ass. Okay? Mel, Trump said this thing was over February 29th.
I know.
It's damn, if we about to be in election season and we're still fighting Iran. You know, come on, man. And now you want to go and throw this hot soup out there. Come on, bro.
It's a fucking joke. And I also want to make space in our rebuttals for the military people who are still trying to do their duty while also trying to detach from who they are hearing and trying to fulfill what they swore to do for our country. And that is a really horrible place to be in right now. And my heart goes out to them as well. Yeah, of course. It should go without saying on this channel. Oftentimes, the people that we have to talk about are the worst of the bunch, the stereotypes of the bunch. When we talk about the military, when we talk about the buffoons in ICE, and when we talk about those in the military, we're not talking about those of you that are sacrificing, doing things constitutionally, standing up for democracy, maybe fighting within to keep things at bay that we don't even see. You know, it's just that we don't see a lot of examples of that because we understand people get put in tight spaces. They can't lose their jobs. They got families. But we know a lot of y'all are fighting for this country in secrecy. And we want to make sure that, you know, we do uplift you guys. You know, y'all are definitely the pillars keeping up Donald Trump's 300-pound bed so that he don't crush the little children that's underneath it. We know y'all are doing that. We've got y'all. We got y'all's back on that, and we appreciate y'all. So y'all let us know what you think about Pandering Pete trying to get testosterone put in the military. It's not going to go anywhere, I don't think. Midterms are coming too quickly. We can shut that shit down in court. I just think that he came out and said that just to pander, but it's still the thought running through your brain to do that. This is why people believe this picture was your dumb ass, Pete Hegseth. That's why people believe this. I was like, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. Moving right along, folks, post your comments. Let us know what you think. Again, thank you for coming here. You've made me the 8th fastest growing political YouTube channel. I'm so grateful. Please be sure to subscribe to Mel. Her link is in description. Next one we got, Mel. I call it a dog and pony show because these hearings get on my nerves sometimes because it's like you have people sounding like they bout it, like they're going to hold the hearings up. They're going to stop anything, but they get into these heated soap opera displays only to wind up voting with these people. We had a couple of those. Yeah. We had a couple of those, Mel, like this past week. And this chick for the CDC, his pick for the CDC, who doesn't believe in vaccine protocols. She's a sister, which just digs the knife a little bit in us minorities. It just, golly. I want you to take a listen, Mel, to the back and forth of these hearings. Audience, let us know what you're thinking because this stuff got pretty heated. The dog and pony show of the week. Take a look at this.
Why would you repeat those damn lies?
It's not that often that there's a surprise, like a big surprise in a hearing on Capitol Hill, especially a confirmation hearing. But that's what happened today. Senator Bill Cassidy, a doctor, was trying to get to yes on the president's nominee for the CDC head. Also, an assistant secretary to be in charge of crises, Sean Kaufman. And at every turn, she could not give an answer that would make him get to yes. So examples on vaccine hesitancy. She couldn't give a direct answer.
It's not quite the direct answer I'm hoping for.
The website, the current CDC website, the language changed. It currently says that vaccines don't cause autism is not an evidence-based claim. She said she didn't even know that was on the website.
I will look at that exact website. I have not seen that.
Another question about whether or not she agrees with the decision to cancel the mRNA research funding. These are the kinds of vaccines, for example, the COVID vaccine. She said she didn't even know about it.
This is the first time I'm actually hearing about this. As a private citizen, I certainly was not following that.
This is somebody who was supposed to be preparing for the job of the CDC head. What this meant was a visibly frustrated, even angry Bill Cassidy, because Erica Schwartz, the nominee, she was supposed to be the forgive me, but the normal nominee, and this is a word and a term coming from sources in the administration, Bill Cassidy's response and his agitation was something.
Why would you repeat those damn lies? Because that destroys trust. And we don't start getting back to where we trust unless people speak the truth.
Well, Mel, unfortunately, we're not going to get anywhere near the truth until we get the people out of office that say there's such thing as alternative truth, which is MAGA and the GOP. And it hurts my feelings to see this educated sister up there selling wolf tickets. I mean, first of all, when Trump picks someone like that, you know that they are probably a little bit more dirty than normal because Trump don't like women. He definitely don't like black women.
Right.
And to put her in that position, she must be willing to get on her knees and do him baby please, because he would never pick a woman like that to run this type of situation. And as evidenced by Bill Cassidy, he's up there about to break his little finger, hammering on the desk because he can't get no truth out of this woman. Floor is yours, Mel. What are we going to do?
It does feel like a personal betrayal these days. I believe in holding all people accountable for their behaviors. And yes, there are good reasons to talk about the manosphere and men in general taking responsibility for even one another and their behavior. Like if you want to be the ones in charge and you want to be seen as protectors and heroes, then do that work. But the same is true for women. And I'm obviously painting a very large swath. Like these are just general terms and I'm not using like a fine paintbrush here, but I have a huge issue with women who participate in this circus, who support these people. They are gaining a privilege, obviously, somewhere. They do not care about the impact on, evidently, this woman doesn't care about the impact on other people of color, other Black women. She looks, again, it's so embarrassing. Like sometimes I just have like an emotional breakdown because I'm like, literally, this is how we're doing it. Like to say that on the website that's not evidence-based, you know, about autism and vaccines, and we debunked that, then it's Tylenol. Yeah, okay, fine. Like these are the people we have to trust our health with. Absolutely not.
It's Mel, it is so ridiculous. Isn't Trump the same one that just says shoot you up with bleach for COVID and really thought that was something you do? I mean, his supporters, Aaron Rodgers included, was talking about get some fucking ivermectin. I'm like, bro, come on. You had some telling people to take horse tranquilizer. I mean, bro, it is too many con artists in the kitchen trying to debunk the people that went to school for this stuff. And it just hurts a little worse when you see a sister that has sold her soul.
Yeah.
The way it looks like Clarence Thomas has sold his soul.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't even surprise me if them two know each other. Because Black folks in this administration is a scarcity, okay? It is like a zebra that has been robbed of all its stripes except for two. That's what it seems like with Black people in this administration. And so, folks, it's kind of up to you right now. Well, it is always up to you to take care of your health. But to expect us to be getting the honest truth from our medical practitioners in the CDC and the other governing bodies, we just can't trust none of that right now.
No.
And it's already been a long road to trust it in the past. And it's just gotten worse right now. So, folks, it is imperative that we get this blue wave going. Get out all the AIPAC Democrats. That's number one. Anywhere you go, if you can vote against someone who's corporate bought that's a Democrat, vote against them. That's step one. Then step two, they get in there. And then step three, they've got to hold these people to account. They've got to regain trust with us. They've got to flush out all these idiots, and they need to take them and investigate them and put their asses in jail. Every one of them. Because I'm with Mel. As a woman, a minority, you should not be rocking with this administration because they use you as puppets. That's all they do. That's all they do. And it is absolutely disgusting. It is as bad as that parasite out there. I call it Cyclops because it's hard for me to say the whole thing. So I just call them next men. Cyclops. It is
I
that
got
bad.
schooled on cyclosporiasis. I got schooled. Sporiasis.
Cool. Well, we leave the professionalism here to Mel. Okay, she's got the looks for professionalism. I'm wearing shades in the middle of the night, so don't expect too much.
I'm like, my titty might pop
me.
out any second. Super professional. Like what?
Y'all post your comments. Let us know what you think about that. It's embarrassing. Moving right along. Here's another story that I think the Trump administration feels like people have forgotten, Mel, and that's the Epstein files. We haven't forgotten.
Hell no.
Democrats, we know your asses ain't forgotten.
No.
We expect you to do something about it. Well, over the weekend, the Tate brothers got arrested because it has been said that they are all involved in the chains that went with the Epstein file. Here's a little clip, Mel. We're going to discuss it when we get back.
Andrew Tate and his scumbag brother were arrested yet again, and their arrest has ties to the Epstein network. This is something very important we have to talk about. So as you've probably seen by now, Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate, two big manosphere influencers, were arrested yesterday in Miami, Florida, on rape and human trafficking charges. This is not the first time that Andrew and Tristan have been arrested on similar charges. I think the world should know by now that these two are disgusting human beings. I mean, I don't understand how an alleged rapist and human trafficker still has a massive platform, but that's for another video. But in the days before their arrest, Andrew and Tristan Tate were seen partying with an important member of the alleged Epstein network. That guy's name is Paolo Zampoli. Now, Zampoli is an infamous figure. He's currently got a position in the United States government. He's very good friends with Donald and Melania Trump. And according to some reporting, it was Paolo Zampoli who introduced Donald and Melania, even though I firmly believe 1000% that is a lie. He helped introduce them, but I think Epstein was the one that brought those two together. Anyways, Paolo Zampoli is a guy who's been implicated time and time again in the Epstein world. He is involved in the worlds of modeling and fashion. I mean, I could do an entire 10-part deep dive series about Paolo Zampoli. Just know that this guy was allegedly plugged into the network. Paolo Zampoli, though, made his way into the news cycle earlier this year when it was discovered that he had actually intervened and asked ICE to deport the mother of his child, a woman who allegedly was about to come forward with Epstein allegations. That woman was a woman named Amanda Ungara, who indeed was deported after Paolo Zampoli basically asked ICE to deport her, and she is an Epstein survivor. And she has made, just in the minimal claims that she's made, some pretty shocking claims about Epstein and Trump and Paolo Zampoli and how they were all tied together. So it's very interesting. Why would an innocent man ask for the mother of his child to be deported from the country right as she's coming forward with allegations dealing with Jeffrey Epstein in the midst of the Epstein files being released earlier this year? So that's just one thing out of many things you should know about Paolo. Something interesting to note, though, is that Paolo Zampoli is good friends with Andrew and Tristan Tate. For example, here's a screenshot of Zampoli on Andrew Tate's podcast. Here's a link to the episode where he's interviewing him. And I just want to remind you that the Tate brothers are charged with human trafficking and rape. That's what they have been arrested for twice now in 2 different countries. And this guy, Paolo Zampoli, not only likes to hang out with Andrew and Tristan Tate, but he was just hanging out with them in the days leading up to their arrest. And this is the same guy who is serving in the US government, who allegedly asked ICE to deport an Epstein accuser who is the mother of his child, who was about to come forward with some really dark stuff involving Zampoli, Epstein, and Trump. If you think this is all just a coincidence, let me burst your bubble. It's not. I'm going to stay on this story, though, so follow along for more updates as I receive them.
Male, birds of a feather flock together. If it quack like a duck, shake a tail feather like a duck, it is not a damn mamba snake, okay? It's a fucking duck. And everybody in this administration is crooked. Dare I say a qualification to be a man in the Trump administration, you have got to like people who are under the age of 18, and you got to like to see them go on almost a slave trade, racketeering situation. That's a qualification to be in this administration. And it is so frustrating to me that the people who love Trump are the ones always running around with their American fucking flags, and they cry.
Thumping their Bibles.
Yes, you hear every time they hear the Star Spangled Banner, they're crying, they're on their tears, they're on their feet and shit. They're saying, they're saying their prayers before meals. but you could care less about the dastardly deeds these men are doing, as long as they're not letting Democrats, progressives, minorities, and women who want to have choice to do what they want to do with their bodies get away with anything. It is disgusting. It is hypocritical. It is a damn shame. It shows you just how nasty white America is in that little cult. And Mel, I hope with everything in my body that when the wave comes, this blue wave comes, I don't care if you are a Democrat, everybody on that Epstein list, they get
Absolutely.
That woman that got deported, they go find her ass so she can come in here and connect the dots. We go get everybody else that need to come in here and connect the dots. Because, Mel, I still believe there are some people on that Supreme Court involved in the Epstein trafficking ring. Oh, absolutely. I 100% believe that. And Trump one time slipped up and said that if everybody got prosecuted that was in the Epstein ring, it'd be so many top rich people that would lose jobs. He said it would mess up America. Well, guess what? Y'all claim capitalism is supposed to keep on turning. Let's fuck it up. Shake it up. All y'all go to jail, do some time. The floor is yours, Mel. What do you think?
I would prefer that people stop trying to question or excuse or understand, well, how bad was it really? Or what do we mean by rape? Or like, there's so much, like, we lack nuance everywhere except for this conversation. Everybody suddenly is very nuance interested. And we don't have to pretend that these people don't know one another. Right. Don't do business together. Exactly. I think the strength of your language, Lamont, was on point. It is a slave trade. It is a slave trade that involves children. If raping other human beings who are adult age or women isn't impactful enough to you, please understand that this starts very young in children's lives.
Very young.
It's horrific. It's horrific. And absolutely that the ties to power are immense, and people should stop questioning whether it's real or not. It's real. That's why Marjorie Taylor Greene goes out in the world and says, by the way, Trump told me I was not allowed to take this on, the Epstein files, because it was going to hurt his friends. What do you need? What engraved invitation are you waiting for to see that this isn't an unfounded conspiracy theory. This is an unfortunately pretty well documented and grounded conspiracy to work against people. And I think that's hard to believe and accept. It's real.
And one thing MAGA Republicans love to do, they love to keep the allure, the aura of fake news, conspiracy going, because then it becomes hard for their people, not people like me and you, Mel, that are critical thinkers, that know how to research, that can detect AI. Thank you, Mel. When you see it, we have a better time of discerning through the bull jive than their people do, because their people aren't tested on a regular basis to use critical thinking. Right. Their people are just told, let God and let it go. And if you do that enough, you're not using your damn brain to be able to understand when someone is lying to you. This stuff is all a lie. They know good. They said Trump Mel was mentioned in the Epstein files 3 million some odd times. That is more time than Jesus Christ is mentioned in the damn Bible. Okay? More times than Jesus is mentioned in the Bible. You want to talk about a savior? Well, we've got a savior who loves to mess around with young children and try to get away with it. And it's disgusting. It's sickening. And anytime, like, there were several things for which I would get upset about with people when they be like, oh, Trump's okay. No, the fuck he's not.
No, he's
not.
No.
Still can't get over you voted for Trump after you saw January 6th, but you keep telling me that black people are so bad when you saw those white ass spider monkeys hanging off the Capitol, trying to invade the Capitol, trying to hurt Congress people, trying to stop a free and fair democratic election because you didn't like the results. You were okay with that to the tune of 77 million people voted for Trump. And you're supposed to expect me to believe in quote unquote law and order when your hypocritical asses don't? You don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have voted for Trump. You would have sat it out. So you got that. Then on top of that, the Epstein files. This guy is supposed to be upholding the ideals and principles of Jesus Christ. Really?
Well, and this brings us back to the manosphere, how easy it is to pander to them about masculinity and high testosterone. What's also clear is that we have a problem. The Tate brothers don't get to exist in a vacuum. They are well supported, and we have a problem with young men not understanding or accepting that violence against women is wrong. That's alarming. That should alarm people. And the fact that we would look to this man, to your point, this president, as a paragon of any morality, there should be no question that the rest of this is a disaster. Where are the men in community other than Lamont rising up and putting this out there and saying, this is not okay? There should be, I can't imagine, there should be way more men having this conversation. It shouldn't be on women to fight the fight, to not be raped constantly. Men are also suffering in this.
There are some great content creators out there that are taking up this fight. It's just that those voices are never as loud as the voices of those that are doing the bad behaviors. It's never.
It takes so much more, and they repress that content.
Yes.
You see it.
You took the words right out of my mouth. On top of that, for some reason, all these social media platforms, when you're telling the hard truth of what's going on, they just say, no, but they'll let people get up here and tell these stupid ass lies and conspiracy theories as if it's entertainment, but we are not allowed to tell the harsh truth of what's going on. We're technically not even supposed to say the word great minus the G. We're not even supposed to say that. Right. Technically, I say it because it's like, I'm gonna be good regardless, but
how does that protect anyone to change the language that way? It doesn't.
Mel, how does it protect anyone to change the history of this country? How does it protect anyone to change the short-term history of what's going on with ICE? Got all these women in these women facilities and all these women popping up pregnant. We can't really talk about it. Like, we know what the fuck is going on. It ain't no men going in there putting salamanders in these women, getting them pregnant. Come on, man.
No.
Like, it's pathetic. And American people, basically what Mel was trying to say to y'all in so much of the nice way, y'all the ones that's fucked up. Y'all voted for this stuff. Then y'all continue to support these a-holes who want to hurt your children, who want to hurt your daughters. And let's not forget the men that get caught up in this, the young boys that get caught up in this stuff. Because a lot of these Epstein men had a predilection for men.
Yes.
So American people, look at yourself. Look at your neighbors. Each and every one of you should be a paragon of fighting when you get someone in the magosphere that wants to say, oh, I like black people. But then you hear them throwing jokes. No, stop that shit.
That's
or someone in the magosphere saying, I don't support rape. Did you vote for Trump? Or are you going to vote for Republicans in these midterms? Then you still support it if your answer is yes. You know, you have got to get out here and take this fight on, because there's too many regular folks that are conditioned and comfortable with this behavior, and it is destroying democracy on a day-to-day basis. Got to do
Amen.
something.
Look at how Lamont put me back on my path. He was like, you know what's going on. Don't you question this.
Well, folks, when Mel comes here, she gets to be the professional, and I get to be the potted meat person. Okay, I get to be the potty mouth, the Vienna sausage, however you want your nasty, unhealthy meat that my grandparents was eating. That's what I am.
I want fried spam.
Exactly. Yeah, on a biscuit with molasses. That's what we're gonna do, folks. Last subject, ladies and gentlemen. I try to end with levity, but sometimes it's just pathetic levity. If you didn't know, we just had the World Cup, and Argentina made it with FIFA. Now, I'm not going to chastise the good people of Argentina, but I will chastise their government. Their government is basically fascist. They're in bed with Trump. They're basically taking government money, using it for their own personal gain, just like we see here. They're fucking fascists. They're commies. What they keep trying to say progressives are, and we're not. And they are ultra racist, ladies and gentlemen. They do not like no black folks. And I am so glad they got their asses beat by Spain. Spain has been about that life for years, Mel. Spain has not been trying to act like these little Timbuktu dictators. They stay helping the people. They got a lot of social programs so that people can have a decent quality of life. They fight these Trumps. They fight these little Kim Jong-uns. And I'm glad they won. And I'm going to show you guys why. In this video, Godfrey the comedian is going to take us through the nigger burger created by Argentina. I can't make this up. Take a look at this, Mel.
So, come to find out, in Argentina, go figure, they have a burger joint called the Big Burger. I'll say it again. The Big Burger. And the burger has a brown bun, big dark bun with a lot of meat on it. Of course, it would have lots of meat. And for Argentina to be so, divisive in getting rid of black culture, I like to say this, the blanquimiento, how they purposely got rid of a lot of black Afro-Argentinians through interracial dating and all this other. That's another thing about this interracial dating. Sometimes you feel like they're trying to bleach out the black race. That's all I'm saying. I'm throwing that out there. But that's what they did in Argentina. And Argentina just can't get their mind off of black people. Can't get their mind off of the black culture. I don't know what that is. Especially the men. The men are like that. Always thinking about black men all the time. I swear if I go to Argentina and I see thought bubbles, there'll be black people dancing in their thought bubbles. The Big Burger. You know what? We got to take this as compliments, man. Any race, non-black race, that's thinking about black people, calling them names when they're not even around, it has to be love. It's a Shakespearean thing. It's tragic almost. They love you so much they want to kill you, almost in a Shakespearean way, I call it negrophilophobia, the fear and love of black people. And black people aren't even around and you're thinking about them. So let me tell you, I think you should add something. Big Burger, you should have the big hot dog. Add that to it too, so that you all can choke on a big piece of black meat. You understand? And by the way, your girlfriends will probably keep going. While you're at home, they'll go, I'll be back. I'm going for another grande hot dog. I'll be back. Why you keep going? Because I'm not satisfied at home. So you all can choke on the big hot dog too, along with your burger.
Mel, I think there's some truth in what he said when I'll give the analogy of me and you was once in elementary school, first grade. And oftentimes when the boy liked you, didn't understand you, didn't know how to communicate with you, instead of just saying, I like you, he would come punch you in the face.
Yeah.
That was his way of communicating he liked you without understanding how to actually articulate that. I think that's what we have going on here with Argentina, except for we don't like the shit, okay? We don't like it. Negro is a color. Negre is a color. You should have just done that instead of just straight up, we're just going to call it the nigger burger. There's a way that you can represent our culture and it doesn't feel like you're denigrating us, because that sandwich, I'm sure it probably tastes pretty good. Probably. But when you put that kind of repertoire on the sandwich, ain't nobody going to want to eat it except for racists. Floor is yours, Mel. I see a redneck caravan headed to Argentina right now as we speak.
I am stunned. So I'm Mexican American and Puerto Rican. And there have long been tensions between the whiter, more European influenced Hispanic countries. Hispanic simply means countries that share the Spanish language via colonization and the slave trade.
Right.
And so that's how we all know one another. We don't all kiki with one another because that's the only thing we have in common. right? So we're talking about huge differences culturally and indigenous people and the makeup of all those demographics. And there have always been tensions with Argentina and their open racism and blanqueamiento, the whitewashing that has been there. And no, this is not a recrimination on all Argentinians. This is not a recrimination on Argentina on the whole. When I'm saying Argentina, we know this is a well-known conversation amongst Hispanics. There isn't any country in the world that doesn't have racism. So I'm not coming at them like, oh, you special. But when you do it this way and then you commodify it, you get money in some way out of it. It's among some of the most disgusting behavior I could see. And I hope that the Argentinian people who do have to witness it do what they need to dismantle it, because that energy is so disgusting and poisonous. I don't think I could rest if I saw something attacking another group of people like that. First of all, I'm in New York. It would never fly. Like, we would burn that shit down in a second. But I hope, to your point, like, the government should be intervening. Somebody should be intervening. This is beyond. It's beyond.
Well, their government ain't going to do nothing because they are the provocateurs of this level of racism. It's going to be up to the regular people, tourism, anybody that's going to boycott that restaurant to do something. Just say, hey, we're not going to stand for this bull job. We're not going to eat that burger, okay? We're not going to do that. The only people that's going to eat that burger is those, like he said, who are not satisfied at home and they want them a good old piece of meat. That's what we're going to do, to go get that burger. But you guys let us know what you think. Mel, what do you have going on in your life? Why should people come visit you on IG and your YouTube channel? Because we're going to get out of here. We're going to take a break and let them have a break. But I think they should take a break near you. So what do you have going on so they can take that break near Mel?
So I am a practicing witch, dominatrix, somatic educator, and my job is to help people see power dynamics around them and within them more consciously and be able to use them to their benefit whilst healing their body, ideally at the same time. It's not a bad deal.
And if you want to find out about the deal, please go to the link in description. Mel is going to be a regular around here. You guys will see her a couple of times a month, as long as she's willing and has the schedule to do so. So don't worry, you'll see more of her. And of course, you'll see me. But unfortunately, you won't be seeing this guy anymore, ladies and gentlemen.
Hot topic, Pete Hegseth.
Yeah, if you want good guy liner and makeup tips, you're going to have to find whoever this guy really is. Or you can send messages to your president, J.D. Vance, who has the best guy liner I've ever seen, even better than the women. That's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. And until that next Sex is Hell video, me and Mel, we're out.